Republicans.
It started here in Iowa.
We won the silver.
We're going to have a ticket to the next dance.
I'm very excited about how we're doing.
You ready to dance?
This is not the end.
There are a lot more to go, and we're in good shape in a lot of them.
This is the beginning.
Very much, Diane, and we have been joined on the stage by the 6 leading Republican candidates for the Republican nomination for president, and I want to introduce them to you from left to right. The positions in which they sit were drawn by lot, and so let me introduce them from left to right. Senator John McCain from the state of Arizona. Former Senator Fred Thompson from Tennessee. Congressman Ron Paul from Texas. Former Governor Mitt Romney of Massachusetts. Former Governor Mike Huckabee from Arkansas. And former Mayor Rudy Giuliani from the city of New York. Congressman Paul, let me ask you, do you agree with the Bush doctrine, or would you change it?
Well, I certainly agreed with his foreign policy that he ran on and that we as Republicans won in the year 2000. You know, the humble foreign policy, no nation building, don't be the policeman of the world. And we were strongly critical of the policy of the Clinton administration that did the opposite. And we fell short. Of course, the excuse is that 9/11 changed everything. But the Bush doctrine of preemptive war is not a minor change. This is huge. This is the first time we as a nation accept as our policy that we start the wars. I don't understand this, and that all options are on the table to go after Iran. This is not necessary. These are third world nations. They're not capable. But I think it's the misunderstanding or the disagreements that we've had in this debate along the campaign trail is the nature of the threat. I'm as concerned about the nature of the threat of terrorism as anybody, if not more so. But they don't attack us because we're free and prosperous. And there are radicals in all elements, in all religions, that will resort to violence. But if we don't understand that the reaction is because we invade their countries, and occupy their countries, we have bases in their country, and we haven't done it just since 9/11, but we have done that a long time. I mean, it was the Air Force base in Saudi Arabia before 9/11 that was given as the excuse. If we don't understand that, we can't win this war against terrorism. Yeah. Let me try to explain so you can understand this better. Try to visualize how we would react if they did that to us. If a country, say China, came that great distance across the ocean, and they say, we want you to live like us. We want you to have our economic system. We want bases on your land. We want to protect our oil. Even if we do that with good intentions, even if the Chinese did that with good intentions, we would all be together and we'd be furious.
Ron, you're reading their propaganda. You're reading their propaganda.
What would you do?
I'd read their writings. I'd read what they write to one another, and that's why when someone like Syed Qutb lays out the philosophy of radical jihadism and says we want to kill.
And what you're saying,
let me complete.
There's always a radical element in almost all religions. They have to have an incentive. We give them that incentive. The question that you aren't willing to ask is, why is it that they attack America? I mean, they don't attack the Canadians. They don't attack the Swiss. If it were merely because they want to go into Europe, why do they puzzle?
Is it such a mystery as to why they attack America?
It is.
They're not going after Luxembourg.
It is because we've gone. It is because we've gone 6 miles.
We're the strongest nation in the world.
Ron, it's simply not true. Islamic terrorists killed over 500 Americans before September 11, 2001, going back to the late 1960s. They have also killed people recently in Bali, in London. They have launched attacks in Germany. Where did the attack on the Munich Olympics take place? In the United States, or did it take place in Germany?
Let me stop.
I could go on and on. The attack on Leon Klinghoffer. Islamic terrorists have attacked.
You paint all Islamics the same way.
No, of course not. No,
they absolutely do not. What you're doing is damaging our relationship by destroying our relationship with all Muslims. That's what you're doing.
Charlie, you started it.
The President asks a very important question, and we should all come together, and we shouldn't have that many disagreements because we should be bound down by the Constitution. But the people in this country think we live in an age of relative ethics, is what they kind of come to the conclusion of. Sure, profess to believe in the Constitution, but why have we gone to war since World War II without a declaration of war? Why do we have a monetary system that is not designed by the Constitution? Why do we have a welfare state running out of control, not designed by the Constitution? You can't pay lip service to the Constitution without obeying it. And we should have peace and prosperity. That should be our goal. We in foreign policy ought to have a golden rule. We ought to treat others as we would want others to treat us, and we don't treat others so fairly. We treat them like we're the bully, that we're the policeman of the world, and we're going to tell them to behave. If they don't listen to us, we bomb them. If they listen to us, we give them more money, and it's bankrupting this country because we don't live up to our principles. The principles are embedded in our Constitution.